difference in the game?
Said we wanted to be a process team. I liked our process tonight. I like the way we started the game. We talked about getting off to a great start, similar to how they played us on Friday in LA. We did that. I like our level of competition and compete on the defensive end. They put you in a lot of tough spots, and they have some elite individual shot makers. And I have to go watch it, but felt like in some ways we lost to Kevin Durant and Devin Booker's ability to make tough twos. Thought our execution down the stretch was phenomenal. There's one thing to nitpick. It's probably me. I probably should have gone to the fire a possession or two earlier against KD. But I liked that group that we had out there defensively. I trust those guys. And then the other thing I would say is, like, we should never have a 14-point quarter. So that's on me as well. That's part of that is me. I got to make sure we're running good offense. Felt like it was a little random. We got stalled out. We talked about it at halftime. For us to be a high-level offense, we've got to move bodies and we've got to move the ball. And that they got to screen, and they just kind of took us out of what we were doing initially, and we were great in the second half. We executed great in the second half. It just, that second quarter really hurt us.
And then you mentioned fire. You just mean like blitzing Durant later? Is that yeah? Okay.
When LeBron intentional missed free throw, what was your vantage point of that? And is that something in your short amount of time you guys been together you've been able to ever do in a practice or anything?
We communicated that. Yeah. So everybody that was on the floor knew what was happening, and it was an insane miss, to be honest with you. I don't know that I've ever seen an intentional miss that hit the bottom of the rim and then went straight down. Look, we had no timeouts. It was a choice that we made. I think that's the right choice, and I'd make that choice again with that amount of time. They fouled up 3. So even if we fouled earlier on that play, they've got, great free throw shooters. They're going to foul us again. So we had to get that. We had to get that possession for us to have a chance to tie or win the game.
JJ, another choice. With 40 seconds or so to go, you guys had that timeout, and you drew up that play for Austin. Got him a really good look there. What was kind of the 2-3 sort of calculus in that moment?
We would have been fine with either.
You mentioned the overall process, 80s first quarter. Just kind of what did you see in terms of the shots you guys were creating for him, and how did Phoenix adjust to try and make that harder on him, I guess, as the game went on?
I don't really know that they made it harder on him. I thought when we were intentional about getting the ball, we did. Some of the stuff in that first quarter wasn't even us spoon feeding him. It was a lot, transition, running the floor. Got a couple layups off D-Lo passes. I'll go back and I'll figure out where we could be a little better with that. But, I thought he was involved, and, I thought down the stretch, going to that AR pick and roll with him, that just felt like the right thing, and they executed it. We got good offense out of that.
JJ, it's rare to see LeBron in single digits that late into a game. He obviously hits the big 3 to kind of keep the game close, but goes 3 for 14. What did you see from him offensively?
Yeah, I would say for him and our group, to be honest with you, we missed a lot of paint 2s, and for him, those are shots that he makes. He had in the fourth, he had that miss on the lefty lay, and missed a couple of those one-leggers that were right there in the paint. I thought we gave him the space. They were very intentional about flooding when he was on that ISO on either wing. So something we probably need to talk about how we want to combat that against teams that do that. But I thought our spacing was, for the most part, really good. There was a clip we showed at halftime where we didn't get to our proper spacing, but other than that, I felt like we gave him space on those ISOs, and
If you guys obviously had the big run, playing really well, I'm sure you expected Phoenix to battle back. What did they do in that second quarter to limit you some, and then how did you get out of that and kind of restore things in the second half?
You as in the team?
Sorry, the team. Just the kind of whole group in the second quarter.
I mean, we scored 14 points. We had a good defensive quarter. 25. 50 for the half. I mean, we just couldn't score the basketball in that second quarter, which kind of hurt us. A lot was some turnovers, some tough shots on our end, shoot some tough shots. We can't have a 14-point quarter. As good as we are offensively, as a team and individually, having 14 points is a tough quarter. Was able to recover from it. KD made some very tough shots, some tough contested twos, and still had to lead. Got to stop, and we missed the offensive rebound. Goes over my head, and then close out to Royce O'Neal. 85% of his shots are three, so tried to run him off the line and get a floater. But I think our execution down the stretch was really good. LeBron had an open three. He slipped, which allowed them to foul. Yard had a terrific look. But I think that, that 14-point quarter, kind of hurt us a little bit.
Yeah, JJ alluded to that he liked the process of the game, kind of as you just described it, the way you guys were getting shots, other than that exception in the second quarter. So how do you feel then overall? You take the 3 wins, this is a tough loss, but the team seems like it's on pretty solid ground the way that you're playing on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, nobody in the history of winning 82-0. I mean, we don't expect to lose, but we're realists. And, realistically, we're probably going to lose a game. Obviously, we didn't want to start off just with the first loss on this trip, but it happened. I like the way the guys competed. We played extremely hard, and we bounced back against a Cleveland team. They win tonight.
Yeah,
4-0 team. Another team is playing extremely well, so we got to go in and try to not lose 2 in a row. Got the mentality for us all year, never lose 2 in a row.
The success rate for an intentional missed free throw is kind of like an onside kick in football. Like, it doesn't convert all that often. What'd you make of the one that LeBron went for? It was kind of like a dart.
You kind of want it kind of hit and bounce up. It's just tough. No one ever practices, those shots. It's like a dart and shot straight down. What you try, and if you're able to get it, great. If not, you can foul quickly. But it went straight down, and the ball started bobbling everywhere, which wasted maybe like 4 seconds, off the clock, and they end up getting the ball and just throwing it ahead. So. There's nothing you can not really do about it, but that's the idea of trying to, get the ball back and score.
You guys started 3-0 means that tonight's actually the first loss of JJ's coaching career that matters also, and he was seemingly taking it pretty hard. He said it's on him. If you guys ever score 14 in a quarter, it's on him. What's the proper accountability process as you guys work with the new coaching staff?
Yeah, I think it's on all of us, not just him. Obviously, he's a coach and he's gonna, try to take the blame. But we score 14 points to players, right? So it's things that we could have did better as a group, coaching staff and players, But we didn't. We learned from it. We watched film on it, how we can not have another 14-point quarter this season, and learn from our mistakes. But yeah, he's pretty pissed. I mean, we're all pissed. Just because of how well we're playing, and no one likes to lose. I think everyone here is a competitor, where any loss you kind of take pretty heavy. And I said we watch film tomorrow, and then get ready for a team that's been kicking ass.